My name is Mo Clark. I am with Upscale Magazine. Super excited to have you. Been a fan for a long time. I'm not gonna lie. I discovered Psych during COVID, and we had nothing to do, so I'm
Got
binge
it.
watching everything.
Love it.
And you guys did amazing.
Thank you very
And
much.
then, a couple of months back, I kind of saw you on Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's not him. Is that him?
Yes, it
No, he
is.
doesn't dance. He doesn't tap, but you do.
I do. That
A little hidden secret you had going on,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, that was my I mean, tap was my entree into this whole world of show business. And that was my first art form that I that caught my heart. I've been a tap dancer since I was 3 years old, and I'm
Wow.
50 years old now, so that's a long time, and
Wow.
still working on it.
I
Still
love that.
working.
So you're a dad and you're getting to do, I always love when parents get to make this crossover into animation and it gets to be in cartoons. And I think it's so exciting because you have something to share with your kids other than your previous work. So let's get into, is it Robo Gobo?
That's right.
Robo Robo Gobo. Okay,
hmm
yes.
It just
Okay,
rolls off the
so
tongue like that. RoboGobo.
it does not. It does not. Okay, so you get to play the voice of Dr. Vaughn, a nurturing dad and compassionate veteran who supports a team of animal superheroes, which I love animals, by the way. But
hmm
how did your experience as a father in real life kind of, set the tone for this character that you play?
Well, there's some characters that you really have to do a lot of work to connect with because the character's journey or experience is not something that is familiar to you. But with
Mhm.
Dr. Vaughn on RoboGobo, being the father of a bright young black boy, that was very easy for me to connect to. I'm a father of two children. My daughter is older, but I do have a young son who is very intellectual, very bright, very uh, curious about all things, and also sparks a lot of joy, and that's the journey with Dr. Vaughn and his son Dax. And so it was very easy for me to connect to that relationship. But as a whole, the project as a whole, I was really honored to be a part of a project that was about, you know, uh, talking about the beauty of differences and
Mhm.
how if we come together and I honor your difference and I see your difference and I add
Mhm.
value to your difference, that really we can come together and really take on big challenges. That is a beautiful theme to be able to plant into the seeds of young minds that
Yeah,
hopefully will resonate within their themselves as they get older.
I
And that's what
love
the show
that.
does.
It's always fun to kind of see the actors take on the animation roles and get to transform themselves into something different, seeing
Mhm.
yourself, hearing yourself, be this different character. So I love that for you.
And
um
it's a different approach. Like as most of the characters I do, I start from the inside out.
mhm.
That most of the time, that's how I approach the work that I do. But with animation, it actually works the other way. I get an idea of how this character looks,
Mm.
and then that tells me so much about. First, I then find the voice from off of what I see, and then once I find the voice, it lets me know how they interact with the world around them, and
Yeah,
it's a fun exercise to be able to flip it on its side a little bit.
I bet it is. And with cell phones and all these things, I've turned myself into plenty cartoon characters before. And I have found my cartoon self lives a much better life, much
Then
better.
the rest.
So the show centers around empathy, teamwork, problem solving, such powerful values in the audience. What do you hope kids find and their parents take away from Robo Gobo?
I mean, I think it's what I said previously is that as I see you and I honor you and I respect you and I give value to the fullness of you,
Hmm.
then that leaves space for us to work together. And if we can work together, we can accomplish a great many tasks. We can really the major challenges that come our way,
Hmm.
the villainous quote unquote things that come against us, we can actually overcome it if we work together.
For
And
sure.
if that's something that children and their parents can hold on to and actually
Hmm.
apply to the world around them as they go along this life's journey, that's a that then that's all that I could ask for.
Hmm.
I think when you do, uh, you know, uh, animated materials, like especially for young children, you're really hoping to plant seeds. At least I'm really hoping to plant seeds of positivity because they're at an
For
age
sure.
where so much of it, they take in so much information that if you can add
Mhm.
something positive in that time,
Yes.
then
They are making kids completely different than they
they are.
used to make
It
them.
used to be. So if we can add some positivity, then hopefully that can show itself as they go on into the brighter tomorrow.
And with this show being on Disney Junior, that's kind of major, because we've seen Disney, create a lot of different shows. That's So Raven, the Mickey Mouse Club, like every generation is reinventing something. So
Mhm.
what do you feel like this show is going to bring to Disney Junior that's different?
That's different. I think this show will bring one, I think seeing a young black boy who is really using his brain and his mind and all of the
Hmm.
brilliance that is going on inside of him
Hmm.
to create things and uh to create things and bring people together and really be a protagonist in his journey. I think that's one thing. I think showing people with disabilities and showing and seeing how are powerful in their in along with who they are. I think
Hmm.
that's something that you don't see on TV often.
Right.
And to be able to have that there, I think is a would be that is something that I think this show will that's a space that I think this show will carve out for itself. That as
Yeah.
time goes on, people will look back and say that really mattered because
Yeah.
it people need to see themselves reflected. We all need to see ourselves,
Absolutely.
and that's
Absolutely.
what I really appreciate that this show is doing. It is not the normal or the historical type of characters that we would see
I love that.
on
So
screen.
basically, it's something for everybody. It's something
Exactly.
I love that.
Mhm.
So with Father's Day around the corner, could you share a message with fellow dads, especially Black fathers who are navigating through the joys of parenthood in today's world?
I would say my message is one, that you matter. I want to say two, thank you for being you. Thank you for
Mhm.
being present. Thank you for modeling what it means to be a father, modeling what love is, modeling what support is, modeling what compassion and understanding is, modeling what vulnerability is. That's the best thing, as I think, as fathers, that we can give our children, is to show that no, we do hurt.
Mhm.
We do sometimes shed a tear, and I'm strong because of it.
Mhm.
I think that is something that I think it's important to show the full dimension of who we are, because oftentimes as fathers we feel like we have to be this stoic pillar that just deals with it.
Right.
I, but I know for myself that what you see is not always what is, and I think the more that we can show what is, the more powerful, the more solid, and the more was foundational experience we can give our children, you know.
Mhm.
But I just want to thank the fathers for being there. I know they try to say that we are not here, but that has not been my experience, and that's not been my experience coming up. It's not been my experience being an adult. I know
Mhm.
so many fathers who look like me, who love their children, who sacrifice for their children, who work hard for their children, and who want the best for their children. So just keep on being you.
Love that. I almost said amen. I love that. So fun question before I let you get out of here.
Mhm.
What are your three top favorite cartoons of all time?
Oh my goodness.
I told you it's gonna be
Ooh,
fun.
wow. The three top favorite of all time.
Yes. It can be movie or it can be show.
I mean, I have to go back to the Transformers. I'm a child of the 80s. You know what I mean?
Same.
Transformers, robots in disguise. You know what I mean?
Same.
I have to go back to that one. I'm trying to think of what ooh, favorite ones of all time. Let me think.
And
Um,
we haven't even included Saturday morning because Transformers used to come on in the mornings before gym, so that doesn't count.
you see? I would say, let me see, on a film side, you know, I really liked Soul. Would that be considered a cartoon?
Yes, that is a
Yes.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really liked Soul. I liked Soul a lot. Oh, all time is the funny thing. That's like, I'm like, so you're gonna get me caught up with this all time.
My bad. Sorry.
You
Whoop.
know, and I did like what's the one that I mean, I'm gonna revise my thing. I'm gonna take out which one am I gonna take out? I'll take out Soul
Okay.
and I will put in the one that Lupita did, the robot,
The robot was
the
fine.
robot one. She is a movie that just oh my gosh, is the robot.
I would have to ask my kid because
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna tell you in a second. I'm gonna tell you in a second because hold on a second.
is it I think it's even got robot in the title.
Yes, the wild robot.
Yes.
I was pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed that movie. So I will say
Okay.
that, the wild
Hmm.
robot, and then I'm gonna have to say RoboGobo.
Well, that makes sense.
You see?
Shameless
So
plug there. That
yeah, you
makes
know what I'm
sense.
saying? If you made me take out RoboGobo, then maybe I would say, you know, then I probably would put back in Soul. Like I
Now,
enjoyed it.
see, I wouldn't have even been able to answer that question because I
That's
probably would
cold-blooded,
have.
see?
I
See, that's cold-blooded. So you
probably
set
would
me
have
up.
said. I think I definitely would have said Ducktales,
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Darkwing Duck,
Okay. Uh-huh.
and I'm. It's between Animaniacs and it's one more, the Goof Troop movie, the very first one
Oh
they did
yeah,
when they were
okay.
dancing like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They had some good songs in that movie.
They did.
You
They
can't
did.
sleep
Yeah.
on the soundtrack. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I would have been stuck too. So my bad for giving you a question that I can't even answer.
DuckTales is a good one. I would, like I mean I could keep going on. You had,
Right.
DuckTales. I enjoyed Thundercats. I
I
really
like
enjoyed
Thundercats. I
Thundercats. Now that
like
I'm thinking about
Doug.
it.
Growing up,
Oh, I mean, back in
Disney
the day, Fat
Channel,
Albert. Come on,
Fat
Fat Albert was a
Albert,
cartoon. Come on.
Disney Channel for me was mostly the Mickey Mouse Club. Like that was back in the day when
Yep.
having Disney Channel was elite. Like
Oh yeah,
everybody
yeah, yeah.
didn't have it.
If you had Disney Channel, you were doing it.
Everybody didn't have it. So that moment for me would be like going to my cousin's house and not wanting to play dolls because I wanted to watch their Disney Channel. So
Uh-huh. Smurfs.
I love the Smurfs.
Yeah, come
I
on. You
love the
gotta,
remakes of the Smurfs too.
oh,
The movies.
see, I
The
like
movies are amazing.
I love the original Smurfs back in the day.
I do too, but I like what they're doing with the 3D and
Mm-hmm.
how they're bringing in and then Sonic. Like they're just kudos
Sonic.
to everybody in animation right now because you
Yep.
guys are really changing the game. You're giving something for kids and parents to enjoy. I just got done going to the movies to see Lilo and Stitch, you
Oh
know,
yeah. Yep.
and I enjoyed it. I went with my daughter and her boyfriend, which was
Uh-huh.
awkward, but hey, it is what it is. Don't judge me.
I wasn't third wheeling at all. Not at all.
Hey, listen, when he says I'm paying, I'm going.
I think it's a lovely thing. I think it's a lovely thing. You know what I mean? I
So
love it.
tell everybody where they can find you at and where they can catch RoboGobo.
You can catch Robo Gobo on Disney Junior and Disney Plus. Uh, and you can find me somewhere in this world existing, living life, Dulé Hill. I'm just here trying to take up space, enjoy life, add value to the world around me, and hopefully be able to, spread some love and all that stuff.
Now I know this ain't why we here, but I gotta ask: can we get another psych movie? Like, are we opposed to that?
Oh no, I'm not opposed to it at all. I mean, I think whenever the powers that be decide that they would like to do another one, I think the cast would love to do it because we truly are a family. We love working together, and it's always a joy when we can step back into those characters.
Yes, I love that. Well, thank you so much for checking in with Upscale Magazine. We look forward to seeing everything that you do, and you guys have a great day.
Oh, I really appreciate it.